Okay.
Yes.
So that
It's
means
like being on
this
terrestrial
worked.
TV. Yes.
This worked. Now, if we go to Instagram,
I see
is
us in
there
the
a
window on
preview?
Instagram. Okay, let's do it. We're going live. You ready?
I do too. And now I press go live on Instagram. Ready and go.
This is so exciting. It's like being on real live TV. We're live. We're here.
We are live, but you look really dark. Why don't you talk and I'll adjust colors?
Radiant, gorgeous, bright, angelic. That describes me, Jeffrey Marsh. I hope you're all here. Oh, people are showing up. People are showing up in the Instagram. It's so fun.
And it's working, and we look
look
good.
You to feel good about yourself. Can people tell I'm stalling because of the tech? Hi, good morning, everybody. People are saying good morning in the comments. I love to see you all. Oh, I love you all. Well, hopefully I'm a little bit brighter, and hopefully we're having fun. Are you having fun?
I am having so much fun.
Am I allowed to ask you anything?
No, you are allowed to ask. No, you are allowed to ask me anything. Let's talk about what's happening. So what's happening right now is
Yes.
we are both live. We are putting you through the OBS, and we're also both on a complicated company called Ninja. We did not create this company. We both recognized that we wish maybe it was called something else. And then we are now putting the feed onto OBS. But my headphones are askew because I can hear myself echoing back because we don't have a third-party producer who's not me.
Well, let's say why we're doing this. For the people. Because we love
for a quality upgrade.
We're getting our tech together to hang out with everybody in various places around the world. It's exciting, isn't it?
And I can actually move our photos, and you'll see our branding in the background. I'm gonna have to do some color rebalancing, but it's cute. It's a cute idea.
I think we figured it out.
You think we figured it out? You think we
You
figured it
just
out?
slid my picture away to.
Well, you can see.
Got rid of me.
Well, you can see. Yeah. Well, mine is locked.
Preview for people watching.
Fantastic. Well, it is officially 12 p.m. So this is when the show would have started. So
Correct. And
welcome to us being perfectly here on time, a little better colored. I still think we're a little dark, just slightly. But we sound really good. What do you think? What do you think?
Yes, I love it.
Well.
And I love you.
Let's talk to
all the people here.
And I love you back. And I love you back. And I love all the people here too. This is going to be a problem. because I can.
You're watching yourself?
I'm not watching myself. I'm in the Ninja. I'm only trying to watch your live. Now that I know that Instagram has definitely worked. But the thing is, I'm hearing myself. What if I just don't have my headphones? Can I hear you?
I don't know. This is so exciting. We're working it out in real time in front of everyone.
Well, what else are we going to do? I think we're imperfect, and we're beautiful, and we're non-binary, and we take the non-binary approach.
Well, now, can we talk about that for a second?
Yes.
Because I would like to hear from people in the comments. If you know LGBTQ, trans, non-binary people in your personal life, or if you are, obviously, and non-binary people, I think, are a metaphor in certain ways for it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to break the rules, right? But also just for having pride in yourself, for being a little proud of yourself and happy to be alive. That's one of the gifts, I think, of our LGBT quadness. Wouldn't you agree?
I actually do agree. Somebody said that we're echoing. Jeffrey, do you have your Instagram audio muted on the Instagram tab? Can you make sure your speaker is off?
People are telling me that.
They're telling me that.
I'm not quite sure how to do that.
Oh, you hear me twice. Okay. Well, this is my problem to fix. I don't know what to do. But we're not going to change anything.
Correct.
Because we are perfect the way we are.
It's just your voice will have more emphasis. It'll be more dramatic. More exciting.
Yeah, I don't know how to fix that. I don't know how to fix that because I don't know what the problem is. If I do that, Can you still hear me?
I can hear you now.
You can hear me. Heather Hills, let me know if it's better. Heather Hills, is it better? And then Jeffrey, you talk about something.
Well, I think I'd like to talk about one of my favorite subjects, which is the best crafted musical of all time. There are a few contenders. A lot of people think it's, in the what might be called the generation after the golden age. Few people realize that Oscar Hammerstein and Stephen Sondheim knew each other, and they were alive at the same time, and they also were contemporaries in the theater world. And Stephen sort of represents this new generation that came after the golden age. So either you're going way, way back, and something like Showboat is the perfectly crafted musical, which it could be. It's a contender. That was that was the first large integrated musical, racially integrated musical. But then you have something in the golden era like Carousel, Oklahoma. By the way, did you know in this day and age in 2025, Oklahoma was an anti-Nazi musical? I can't believe more people don't talk about this. But like when they're in the end and they're like, yes, when they're in the end and they're like, Oklahoma, right? The very last scene, the back wall of the theater, a large American flag unfurls. I am about 100% sure it's supposed to be this allegory of like pro-democracy, pro the West, pro-cowboys, pro-America, and it debuted in 1943 or 44. But that's like a direct, like it's against Hitler and maybe some other politicians.
Wow. Well, I don't think that any sort of threat is imminent. I think now that the big bad has endorsed a potential mayoral candidate, I think that's the only choice for me. I think that's the only possible way to vote today. Which, by the way, it's November 4th. Are you bringing up the NAZI word to pivot into election day, which is what it is? Because if so, what a brilliant topic. What a brilliant segue.
Thank you. And it came through musical theater where all topics should come through. I voted already because we can vote by, box, around the neighborhood. I filled out my ballot for Prop 50, said yes, put it in the ballot box, and did that, 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
Is there something to vote for in New York today?
The mayor race. The mayor race is today.
Vote for
Mamdani,
Zohran,
Cuomo, and Sliwa. I go right after this.
Oh, but it's not ranked choice. It's just one.
Yeah, it's just one, and I think that they've said like that they both support ranked choice or something, but we're not doing it. I don't know if there's much to rank though. I mean, besides Sliwa's beautiful maroon hat, his guardian angel hat, I think it would just be one XX for me. Although I'm outing myself. What is the most memorable election of your lifetime? And I actually have an election story where I accidentally voted for John Kasich once.
It's probably I don't want to be a bummer on the feed. I mean, the most memorable one was the 2016 presidential election. So because of how it turned out, Jeff and I still have the picture of us. We went to the polls together, and you're in separate booths and you vote separately. But we went, we decided because the poll in New York for us, we were living in New York at the time, was a block away. It was a school, right on the end of the block. So we just went to the polling place together and got our stickers that said I voted, and we have a selfie from that day with our stickers. And just remembering the New York Times needle of the likelihood of her winning, just going, boo, right? And the next morning, people were just openly crying in the streets, and it was that was a really dark New York day. That election, and that was the most memorable of my lifetime because it was just so unique.
I think the same. For me, I was in Medford Lakes, New Jersey, And I have no problem giving away my exact town location because my family no longer lives there anymore. So good luck trying to find us. I was sleeping on my mother and father's Ethan Allen couch, and I was falling asleep to the news broadcast of, I think they were actually pretty tied. And I think that back then the discourse, much like this most recent election, because obviously we don't ever learn, I think the discourse was like, "Oh, there's no way that he's going to win because like it's a joke and LOL, like there's no actual imminent threat, LOL." And so I was like, "Okay, like yeah, I'm watching it for fun. I'm watching it to be informed, and I'm watching it, performatively." And I think I fell asleep around midnight 30, 1 a.m. And I was like, "Oh, this is closer than we all thought it would be. Like this is maybe a little scare." And then I woke up at 3 a.m. like in a cold sweat. And it's actually similar to what some people talk about this past election, like that 3 a.m. hive mind trauma thing. And Sean M actually talks about it on the podcast. That happened to me though the first time. I woke up 3 a.m. in a cold sweat and I just knew. And then I Googled presidential winner. And the orange man was staring back at me. But to make it funny, and by
At 3
funny
in the
I mean
morning?
voter fraud.
Ooh.
Wait, you asked me a question, but ask me again.
I did. Sorry. At 3 in the morning? That's rough.
Yeah, no, and then I was like, what do I do? Do I go back to bed? What do I do? I think I did. I think I was like, oh, F. And then I just rolled back over. But I was going to make it funny. You interrupt. No, not that you interrupted. Because I think it's important to not like start spiraling. I committed voter fraud and I voted for John Kasich in the primary. So New Jersey is set up, and I have to remove my headphones again. So this is unsustainable, and we'll figure it out. But it's fine for today. Me and my dad have the same legal first name. We are both, something Latino. So Zach is not necessarily chosen from scratch. It's my middle name, respelled and reclaimed, right? But we have the same first name. And in New Jersey, I don't know if it's everywhere. Let me know in my comments or Jeffrey's comments, because our comments are now separate also as a result of doing this. In New Jersey, you have to register as a single party. And then in the primaries, you can only vote under the party you're registered in. And I don't know if it's like that everywhere. So my dad is a registered Republican. And I came to the booth with his first name, and the 85-year-old, 90-year-old people in Medford Lakes, New Jersey were not checking IDs. And so they escorted me to the Republican side of the gymnasium, and I went in to punch my ballot, and only the red side was lit up. And that's all I could choose from was all the reds. And I was like, well, it's all these really scary people and John Kasich. And I could leave the booth and admit to voter fraud. But I thought that was not necessarily advantageous for me. And so I just pressed John Kasich and I just dealt with it and I left. So I have voted Republican once in my life to not have
you tried
to admit.
To undermine who with that vote.
Yeah. DJ Donnie T.
Yeah.
To not have to vote for him, I tried to vote for the lesser scary.
I can't believe. I mean, I could not imagine. I say several times, I could not imagine being a young person today.
Yeah.
I'm old, as we know. I'm 48 years old. And when I was a kid, there was like not even people talking about non-binary. Like there wasn't even like, there were a couple like Christine Jorgensen, right? I was aware actually of Lily Elbe, who was, the movie The Danish Girl was about her life. So I was aware of that. There were like a couple of public figures, no trans men that I was aware of when I was a little child. But there was like a couple things in pop culture, but it was really just like a ghost town and nobody really talked about us. And then people did talk about us. And then, Bud Light Summer in 2023, people talked about us in that era. So we've had our ups and downs politically. Do you have the dryer
I
on?
actually think we're in. No, this is my radiator, and I can't do anything about it.
In New York.
I mean, what are we gonna do? We're doing this show from our homes, and we're trying our best. It's kind of. I actually think it's kind of cute.
Send the heat up.
Do you don't have a washer dryer in you, do you?
Nope. Gotta go to the basement.
No, because I do have one in building, but not in the
Right.
unit. Get this. They actually stole the card distributor thing that you put the card in, you put money on the card. Somebody came and stole that because I guess there was cash in it. And then for 3 weeks we used the laundromat because there was no replacement for the thing. Like
There's
they
no
just
option.
stole the only way to load money onto your card, which how backwards is it in the first place that you have to buy a virtual card, load
Right.
cash money into the card, and then put
Right.
the card into the washing machine, which, by the way, would not take anything lower than a $5 bill. So if I had ones laying around and change laying around, I actually couldn't use it.
Couldn't do it.
Yeah.
That's a tragedy. Apartment living. But I like going for the walk down to the basement.
This live
It's
might be a
yours.
tragedy. I think.
I say keep it in. It's very New York
Well,
City.
keep
thing.
it
It's
in. There's
so
no
New York City.
editing. I have no
Well,
choice.
don't keep it from the people. Delete it. Don't delete it. Post it. There are several Law and Order episodes where the crime takes place in the laundry room in the bottom of the building, and they got to interview the super and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Multiple.
Yeah.
So be careful down there.
There's also a cat. So much stuff is
I was gonna say
I can't.
Who's
I just can't
crying?
worry about it. I think we have to keep going. Let's turn
At
this
this
into a
point?
spiritual moment. Yes,
Okay.
let's turn this into a spiritual moment of the universe is making sounds. I am hearing myself double and I have no idea how to fix it. And it just is what it is. You know?
Someone in my comments said, "Thank you for being you, Jeffrey," to me. And someone also is
Okay,
making
well,
cat sounds in the comments. I love our crew. I love our people.
yeah. No, the community is fantastic.
Here's your spiritual moment. We did this to have fun.
Yeah.
Literally, we talked about what the list is of what we want to accomplish, and having fun was the top. So lower than fun was technically perfect, no echoes, no cats, no radiators,
No
banging
radiators.
and clanging in the background.
Yeah.
We wanted to have fun, and that's what we're committed to, and we did it. So reach right around,
Yeah.
pat yourself on the back. But we could explore for a second, if you want to, what it's like to have something go wrong and how to avoid turning that into self-recrimination, self-hate, self-judgment, etc. And to me,
Sorry,
part of it is
I just got pricked.
By whom?
By a cat. I'm listening to you. I'm sorry.
Oh, you just got clawed in the middle. We have a real lives too.
You're talking to me about
superstars.
Yeah, wellness, calm, zen, and I'm getting hurt.
Brush microphone. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Is this thing on? The spiritual aspect would be I'm going to be with myself no matter what happens. I'm going to be here. I'm going to stay with myself. And what's the story in the head for the usual person? People are going to judge you. People are going to think you're unprofessional. People are going to, whatever that narrative is, we don't care. We have fun.
I've never cared about anything. But actually, to be serious for a second.
I like it about you.
No, well, thank you. Thank you. I think I've found my humor. I think after years of taking myself really seriously and like beating myself up about how people perceive me and my professionalism and whatever. And I think a lot of that like perfectionism trauma comes from classical music, right? So like my bachelor's degree was in composition, and I think it's a very performative place, like socially. Like a lot of people are like, oh my God, you listen to Katy Perry? Have you heard Schubert's Die Winterreise? Like it's like a place of pretension and like perfection, right? And after I went to Boston University for a year for my master's for a year, and then decided that I hated everybody there and hated everything that I was doing. And I reclaimed what was innately me though. And I actually have not had like creative block, writer's block. I've had none of it ever since. And I think it feeds into my hypothesis that those sort of blocks are just like self-questioning, like putting your own roadblocks up and like stopping yourself from progressing, like questioning yourself at every move. And if you're able to disregard those blocks, there's really nothing else in your way. Like, there's nothing as powerful as putting those limitations up for yourself. Like, yeah, you can be like, oh my God, society hates me, or like, scared about the TikTok comments, like, oh my God, I'm terrified to post this cringe video because of what people will think about me. But really, that's just you spinning those narratives in your head unproven.
Oh, I think it's essential to be perfectly clear about the real things. Racism, misogyny, right? The discrimination, anti-queer bias, right? Economic issues, right? So there are things that wear down on a person if they're trying to create and express themselves creatively, and those things are real. And what you're pointing at, I think, is what are the things that are not real that I'm doing to me? And so that's a really interesting thing to explore, right? And how can I lift out of those?
Yeah,
And
because I
have
actually
joy.
think those are the only things that you could possibly address. Like, you could just stop creating because you're afraid of pushback or violence. I mean, the examples you're giving were pretty extreme, but also very real for people, right?
Mhm.
So I don't want to mitigate those. But I think the only things worth addressing, insofar as you can actually fix them, are the limitations that you put on yourself.
I think we address queer phobia in the long term, and we can address internal blocks like that whenever we like, as an ongoing process, short term, medium, long. I love talking to you.
I love talking to you.
Were you about
Speaking
to
of
wrap?
short, medium, long, I am going to wrap. Any final words? Any final thoughts?
Maybe I'll have a wrap for lunch.
Oh, you should. Let me close out, but I have to remove my headphones because I can't possibly listen to myself do this. I'm going to lose my mind. This has been Enby in the AM. I'm Zach Latino, ZAQLATINO. If you'd like to follow me, please do. We tried really hard today. It's hilarious that it kind of worked, and it's fine that it didn't. This is at the Jeffrey Marsh. They coach people. You can sign up for a consultation with their team at thejeffreymarsh.com/coaching. They're an emotional resilience strategist who teaches people how to have a better relationship with themselves and others. We do this show every Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific, and we have a podcast, the Jeffrey Marsh Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. We will see you tomorrow. What do I press? Okay, let's